Today's episode is brought to you by the letter M.
So let's see if this thing will start. We have a choke. Okay, there's... Okay, it's got a fuel disconnect. So there's fuel on. Can you see that? Yeah, it's right there. So, no, you're on the other side. Let me get you back over here. So it does have a fuel off, so that's pretty smart. And what I'll probably do, since it's a small engine, this way I do my generators and everything, I'll go ahead and cut the fuel off and let it run all the as much of the gas out of the carburetor as you can before it actually dies. Dad got me doing that with outboard motors, so I do it with everything. I think it's mainly more important for 2 cycles, but if it's got a fuel, I want to get as much fuel out of there as possible. So basically, there's nothing to turn the lacquer. And I do that every time I run it, unless I know I'm gonna run it, tomorrow or the next day. But if it could set up for a month, I'm gonna run it out just to keep the tank, to keep the fuel in the fuel line's fine, but to keep fuel, if fuel's in the carburetor, if I happen to leave it for 6 or 7 months, it may lacquer up, and I'll have to take all this apart and clean it, which is not that hard of a job, but anyway. So I've left the fuel is on. I'll turn it on again. Run is that way, choke is this way. Start, choke, and it's probably gonna take a few pulls to prime the engine. Make sure the engine is on. Girls, this might be loud. You might want to get out of there. I don't know how good the carburetor is, or the muffler. Wow. That was quick. Yeah, I was really surprised that it started that quick. Two or three pulls from no gas at all in the tank. It has a centrifugal clutch on it. You can see this right here. The shaft is turning. The blade's not. So it's got quite a bit of room between, like it's idle there all the way up to almost halfway. So basically, when it gets to level with, or in line with the control here, when it comes up to a fast idle and one more click and the blade starts. I don't want to run it very long with the blade engaged. It's still warming up, and also I haven't done any adjustment on the blade guides, all that stuff. Just factory set. So I don't want to run the blade much, other than put a little load on it, put a little heat in the engine. But so far it's working. The kill switch works. That is pretty smooth little engine. That's really common to us. Close, I guess, would be very similar to a Honda. That's a little 7-horse, I believe, 301 cc. I'm trying to get used to converting cc's to horsepower, which it's not exactly a direct relation, but it's an estimate. That is about a 7-horsepower Predator. So one thing I just thought of, first thing you do when you get one of these, any Predator, whoever hit it with a fork truck when it was still in the crate, that put that nice little kiss on that right there, also knocked this loose. Did no damage to the cover, just knocked it loose. But it did show me something I want to definitely fix since that was off. That is your only air filter. Now in my line of work, that's a pre-filter. That's not an actual filter. But this is what they give you as a filter. And I'm like, that's not even a 1/2 inch thick. I can see through it. Well, it's denser than I thought. Let's see if I actually find a... Anyway, not exactly what I call a filter. So I'm going to see if that's a standard Briggs 5-horse filter, which is really close to that same dimensions. I'm going to see if that'll fit it. This came off of a Craftsman 5-horse or 6-horse push mower. I think that is, let's see, of course the fins go the other way, so these little stupid things may, well, if I do it, yeah, maybe, fits in, it almost fits in there, well, little modification, I'm going to make that fit. Yep, that's still gonna be really tight, but it's gonna fit. I don't know about fitting. Yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna go down in there. Might cut a little bit of that rubber off anyway. Yeah, that's a tight fit. Okay. That's about 10 times the filter that came on it. I still use the pre-filter. That's just a pre-filter. That's something I could take off and clean and make that normal filter run a lot longer before I have to cut another one up and shred it to make a specialty filter for this thing. Boy, tight. Alrighty, I bet it shouldn't chuck it down. Let's see.